This video is sponsored by Unity Alfa Romeo. Well folks, for photographers, your watch only reads 2 times, dusk and dawn. I rarely see dawn unless it's in the US and I'm heavily jet lagged. Dusk I can do. Coming up on 20 minutes to 7, there's probably another hour or so, and that's what they call the golden hour. Got the matching t-shirt on. Car's clean. I've got my trusty Fuji X-T2. Old but gold, as they say. So the other weapon in my arsenal is this little thing here. The original DJI Osmo Pocket. It's got a little gyro stabilized camera, just like the drones that they produce as well. Now, shooting four times slow-mo on this, you might have seen it on one of my little kind of montages with this car when I picked it up. That was all done through this. I've been a photographer for a long time now. Enthusiastic amateur, probably you would say, since the 1980s. YouTube for me was a natural extension of that. But let's get down the road and see what shots we can get. So I was down in Welsh Wales yesterday so that I could test out the carbon sparkos. Well, I went for a drive, to be honest, with the intent of shooting some B-roll. I got a little bit, but then the weather turned a bit inclement and I had to abandon that. But 6.5 hours in the saddle, and I can tell you that the seats are comfortable, certainly for me anyway. So let's get the phone on. The car's reasonably clean, so I thought I'd try and get these shots before, which is fairly common for me. I don't wash my cars. I'm a driver, not a washer. Anyway, I shall take off this little cover onto the steering wheel. I use a disc lock. The small one works on this, well, it's just an addition to the other security measures that I have. There you go, the valves, they are open. Thanks to the Squadra, another thing that's made a huge difference to my enjoyment of this car. Now we are on location. Look at that, nice little row of trees. I've shot here a couple of times before. We got the sun just over my right hand shoulder here. There it is, blowing the shot. Now what I want to do is get a shot of the spoiler coming down. This is the lesser spotted active aerodynamics on the Giulia Quadrifoglio. You'll never see it unless you're above 60 miles an hour or something like that. But luckily I've got a Squadra. At a touch of a button I should be able to lower it. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm on a live road here. And the most difficult thing to do is to try and video yourself photographing. So I think I'm just going to grab my camera whilst the sunshine is out, reflecting this beautiful tri-coat paint. Now, what I want to try and do is give you an idea, a flavour of what this tri-coat paint is all about. It looks like it's a green pearl, and then over the top of that they've dyed the clear coat in a true kind of candy fashion. So looking at the side, it's more blue, and looking at it straight on with the sun, it's more popping of green. The trusty X-T2, I've got just the kit lens on here, and one of the most important things for me is a CPL, a circular polarizing filter. It takes out a lot of the shadows on the car, but what I want to try and do is get this little side profile, as it were, a little side strike, one shot, pretty much full auto on this one. Let me see if I can get something. And you know what, there is just a certain angle that you want to get. Now I'm going to adjust the CPL just so if I can get something here on the low road shot. I've always found these look the best. Now I want to come back a little bit, shoot the car with a bit of zoom and a bit of road. And I find sometimes that the green on this looks nearly better with the sun out. But, so, little close-ups. Quick trick number one. Never ever stand opposite a car when you're trying to shoot it. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get the Quadrifoglio in the middle of a light patch with the dark beside it, and I'm zoomed in. I'm zooming with my lens, not necessarily my feet, and I can see exactly where we're going. Right, now the wheels, the little Alfa Romeo sign is roughly where I want it. I can see the Alfa Rom. Look with your eyes. Look with your eyes. You will always find an angle that the car looks its best. And that's what I'm trying to capture here. So what I'm going to try and do now is just take a little side profile from low down on the road level. I found the last time I shot here was absolutely wonderful to do that. So you know what, it shows off those lines, that little streak with the sun low in the sky. I've got the headlamps on now. It looks a bit mean, really, doesn't it? But my God, look at that for a profile. Green on green, eh? Who said you can have too much green? So what I want to do now is focus in on some of the features of the car. The grille, the Scuderia. As a photographer, it's always nice to get into angles that people least expect. So the wonderful thing about this is that the subdued light, diffused light, let me swing the camera around. There's the sun, once the camera sorts itself out. A little bit of diffused light on the sky, no direct sunlight, and that translates beautifully into this. Let me get it a little bit closer and not in the way. We've got this beautiful shot of the back of the carbon Sparkos. So what I'm going to do is get in here now that I've cleaned it all up. Big thing for me are getting the vents all lined up. Here's my nerdness. The steering wheel always has to be straight, and I want to get the Alfa Romeo symbol right in the middle, and the vents, they have to be straight, and little details like that make a difference to me. So sun's out again, ruining things. Glary direct sunlight is not a good thing. So besides my trusty Fujifilm X-T2, I've got, as I said, my little Osmo pocket. 4K slow-mo. I'm going to do a couple of kind of run-by shots, some close-ups, and you can see how the head, it moves, or we can do various bits and pieces with it. But 4K 24, it's set up just to match this camera. A few nice profile shots. Now the sun is behind me here, which means my shadow is in this direction. The last thing I need is the shadow all over the car as I go backwards and forwards, you see? So the idea will be to get an angle where I can focus in on something without the shadow and run forward. Don't I look like a twat? I wish the sun would go behind a cloud. So the sun is getting a little lower in the sky. The traffic has calmed down just that little bit. It's coming on kind of 20 to 8 in the evening. Got the X-T2 again, I got the Velvia profile. Let's see if we can't get that money shot. And that's just the look. Now, I'm going to bring the spoiler up. I'm going to bring the car in between these two trees, and hopefully that'll be even better. It's just all in the little touches that make the difference. So let's see how that works out. It is about the money shot after all. Now remember I said, I wish you could see what I see. Let's go across the road. I'll move a little bit further down the road. You can see exactly why I've taken the two trees completely out of it. So you've got the darkness coming off the strake, and you've got the lightness off the sill and the dark alloys. So I should be getting the blurriness of the road and the gorgeous, gorgeous green of the car. So the more and closer I look at this beautiful little car, the more enchanted I am by my little Valentina here. In a low light, spotting the curves, it's little details like this, just to break the wind off coming off the side at the higher speeds to lower the drag, improve the stability. That spoiler's not just for show, even though it's a beautiful piece of carbon fibre. Everywhere I look on this car, there are little details that are just stunning. And in this low light, it just sets it off to a T. Now, I hope I've got some great photographs. I'm going to take a few more here and I'll maybe play you out with a little montage. If you've liked what I'm doing here, hit the like button, buy me a coffee, say a super thanks. All the details are in down below, because let's face it, the meager earnings I get from YouTube never ever cover the time nor the actual physicality of making these little things. So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. More than all of that, that's what I crave out of this, the social interaction. Your comments keep me going, and that's the only reason why I do it. So until the next time, all the best now. Bye bye.